Once again, I will welcome you all, boys. For this class, we are discussing some of the important questions which are linked with electricity, current and electricity. So here we have discussed how to calculate number of the charges. Then we have discussed how to calculate what's the role of the internal resistance of an EMF source and why we are not calculating now. Here we are. Under what circumstances the terminal potential difference of a battery exceed its EMF? Under what circumstances can the terminal potential difference of a battery exceed its EMF? So this is the question to understand first. So here it is. We know that the relation between terminal potential difference Vt, T for terminal, V for potential difference, and EMF, that is Fs, it's of a battery is given by EMF that is equal to the terminal potential of the battery plus IR. So if you know the battery is charged in reverse direction, then the current will flow in backward direction. Under such condition, we replace I with minus I. So equation 1 becomes, here this equation 1 becomes Vt terminal potential that is equal to EMF minus, that is minus IR. So it is basically it's EMF plus IR, and here it is. If you look at the terminal potential, it becomes Vt that is equal to EMF plus IR. So equation 2 shows that Vt of the terminal potential is greater than EMF. Thus the terminal potential, that is Vt of the battery, will exceed its EMF of the battery, that is such that the current flows in reverse direction. So what happens when the current passes in reverse direction? So at the time when the current passes in reverse direction, this is the time when the potential of the terminal potential of the battery will exceed than the potential EMF of the battery. So if you look at from where you have started, this is the formula. Under what kind of circumstances can the terminal potential difference of a battery exceeds its EMF? So we know that the relation between terminal potential difference Vt and EMF is, so this is the relation which we have already studied in your topic, that is Vt plus IR. So what will happen in the terminal potential, that is Vt, that is equal to EMF minus IR. Now if the battery is charged in reverse direction, then the current will flow in backward direction. Under such condition, we replace I with minus I. So here it is Vt that is equal to EMF minus, and this is the minus sign for the reverse current. Minus minus, it will become plus, and this is the EMF of the battery plus IR. So this is the time where the terminal potential will be more. If you look at the terminal potential, that is EMF of the battery plus IR. So the current flowing in towards the battery. Thus the terminal potential difference Vt of a battery will exceed its EMF if the battery is charged such that the current flows in reverse direction. So this is the only condition where you can understand if the current passes reverse in direction. So that's why it is charged in such a way so that terminals are connected where the current passes in reverse direction. So this will be the only condition where the terminal potential will be the more. Now the next one is, what's the difference between EMF and potential difference? If you look at normally during the class, we give a normal interesting type of the example. If you are holding a football and you apply a force on this football and it moves towards the ground, again it rises, and again you apply a force on the football, again it goes down, faces the force from the earth, again moves in upward direction, and then you again apply a force on the ball, and you're keeping this vertical motion of the ball with the help of the force applied by your hand on the ball. So what you're doing basically, you are with the help of your force through the hand, you are keeping its motion, uh, vertical motion of the ball. So this is the same concept of the EMF in case of the battery. The battery is the place where the EMF of this battery is, and this EMF is doing the same work which your hand is doing on the ball to keep its motion in vertical direction. So this is the concept of the EMF. At the time you have caused, you have created a cause to move the, the ball from bottom to the top. At the same time, when the ball is moving from bottom to the top, it is gaining some amount of potential energy. And this is the concept of potential difference in case of electrical circuits or electricity. So basically, that is the effect. When you apply a force on the ball, that is the cause. It is moving up and down. When it moves up and down, reaches up to the height, it is getting some amount of energy. And that's the effect after the application of the force which you are keeping in motion. So apply the same types of the concept in case of EMF and potential. You keep it in a continuous motion with the help of a battery. You are applying some amount of force, and that is basically EMF. And the charges moves from one terminal to the other terminal, and they acquires their some amount of energy to overcome the repulsive forces during its motion. The uses of energy or the work done per unit charge when it is moved through the conductor, that is basically potential difference, and it is arising due to the cause, that is a potential EMF. If there is no EMF, you will be unable to move the charges. You have created a cause, and then you are observing the effect during the time when it's moving. Voltage across the terminal of the battery or dry cell when it is giving no current to the circuit is EMF without connecting any type of conductor across the terminal of the battery so that the current passes through the conductor. You have to consider only terminal of the battery. And during the time when you are checking it, when you check it, that is the potential across the terminal, and it is basically EMF. The length of the battery, the strength of the battery to drive current in the external circuit is the energy supplied by a unit positive charge by a source to move it from negative to positive terminal inside the source. So this is the amount of work done, that is E is equal to EMF, that is equal to W over Q. And this is the work done is basically when a charged particle is moved inside an electric field of E. So this is the amount of work done, and it is basically EMF. So the work done by unit positive charge between 2 points in an electric field against electric field is known as electric potential. And here it is, electric potential is equal to W work done when you are moving it from A to B. Charge particle is moved between the two positions. At point position A, its potential was A. At B, it was potential B, and the difference of potential will be equal to the amount of work done. And this is basically energy consumed per unit charge when it is moved inside the electric field. So this is number 1 point. The EMF is greater than the potential difference by an amount IR. This amount IR is added with the EMF. So that's why it is more than the potential difference. So the potential difference is less than the EMF of the cell. Why? Because maximum amount of energy it is gaining from while when it is moving from the terminal one negative to the positive. And when it moves from negative to positive, it is using some amount of energy. So that's why it will be less than the actual EMF for the cell. Other EMF is always greater than the potential difference. So that's the reason. EMF of a battery is greater by the chemical action in the battery. EMF of a battery is generated by the chemical action in the battery. You know, electrolytes. This is the concept of electrolytes, oxidation and reduction. The all types of the chemical reactions are happening inside a battery. And after chemical reaction, EMF of a battery is generated. So basically electrolytes are used which are responsible for the flow of the charges of the current. Basically these ions are responsible for the flow of the current in the case of the battery. The potential difference occurs when high and low potential points. So that's the most important thing when it happens. It happens between high and low potential points. So one EMF is basically now the EMF is the cause and potential difference is effect, which I have discussed in detail. What's the cause when you're using any type of a ball and applying a force on the ball? It is moving up and down, and at the same time, some is the cause, other one is the effect. So EMF is the cause, and after getting a cause, you will be observing some of the effect, and the charges are moving inside the electric circuit when they are getting some amount of charge energy, electrical energy, or some amount of energy from the battery or from the source. I thank you very much for your patience.